Hello everyone, I'm Pat and welcome to another video. This time we're in my jam space, the spot where I practice with all of my bands and where I've made previous videos such as the pedal board, rundowns, and all the playthroughs that I released a couple weeks ago. Not so long ago I released a couch video with tips on singing harmony. I think that harmonies are a great way to get more gigs and they'll really help you if you're in a band or anything like that. But like the other tip videos that I've made, they're sort of more generic and they're not very much in depth. But that is what a deep dive is for. Before I sing, before I spend any amount of singing, I like to warm up. I think it's really important. You should always do it. Even if you're going to sing 4 lines, you should definitely warm up. It's good for your vocals. You'll really get a sense of your range and you'll be ready to sing. If you want to watch the couch tip video that I've done, it's right here in the description. And if you want to watch the first deep dive, harmony basics, you can click right there. I'll put it, I think, like the eye, that little eye, and that thing. Right there. So like I said, this is my warm-up routine. Now be advised, I am not a professional singer, nor do I consider myself a vocal coach by any means, but I thought it'd be interesting to show you what my warm-up routine is. You can go ahead and use it if you want, but it's at your own risk. I don't necessarily recommend using it as is if you've never sung before. I don't know your range, I don't know how experienced you are, but you can definitely take some parts of it and sort of build your own routine, much like what I did. I based my routine off of Christina E. Brands' vocal warm-ups and exercises. I don't know if it's on Apple Music, but it was on iTunes when I got it, and now it's in my iCloud music library. I use it all the time. I took some of her exercises and some of the exercises that I was taught in elementary school and high school when I sang in a choir, and I've sort of built my own routine. So the first thing I do before I sing any note or anything like that is to make sure that I'm relaxed and that my mouth sort of muscles and my mouth and my lips are all relaxed. So make sure you're standing comfortably or sitting straight, and then I like to breathe in sort of using the back of my lungs like here. That's how I visualize it, and not breathing unnaturally, so I don't go like this. It's not very natural. I sort of breathe in with my back. And you see that I'm filling up with air here, but it's mostly the back. See? So I make sure that I breathe in normally, and then I blow bubbles once I've done a couple breaths, like this. Really just to get used to breathing in from the nose and then through the mouth. Once I've done that a couple times, I'll start blowing bubbles, and that will really help get rid of any tension or anything like that. I know how ridiculous it looks, but it's very important that you are relaxed and you are sort of in the right mood to start singing. That way you'll never damage your vocal folds or vocal cords, whatever you want to call them. You'll never damage anything going on here. It's super important, and that's a good way to start. So make sure that you're breathing right and you've done a couple bubbles and you're in sort of the right space to start actually singing. The next thing I like to do is build on those bubbles that I've previously not sung but sort of made with my mouth. So I'll do the same thing, I'll blow bubbles, but I'll try to integrate some notes in there. So I'll go like this. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm sort of adding really low notes and making sure that my lower range is properly warmed up just by going like this. Sort of adding low notes like to the whole thing, so like this. And then once I've done that a couple times, I'll add some upper notes and I'll sort of try to just develop the range a little bit just to sort of get comfortable to having notes coming out of my vocal folds and not just regular speech, my regular speaking tone. So this is how I usually do it. So basically I'm going higher and higher until I reach sort of a comfortable stance, something like this. And just basically blow descending sirens going from an upper range to a lower range. So like this. Once I've done that, I will actually start singing sirens. Sirens are basically, you're going to go from a lower range to a really higher note. So you're going to go like this. You might have noticed that I haven't gone through my head voice or anything like that. That's because at first I just want to make sure that that part of my voice is slowly getting warmed up, and then I'll work on the transition between my head voice, my falsetto voice. You You might notice me making all these gestures and all that, but it's to help you and especially help me visualize the notes that I'm actually singing. Once you've done that a couple times, you may actually find yourself yawning. So you might be singing a note like, ah, and then you feel like yawning. Don't worry, that's very normal. That's part of warming up, at least for me it is. And when I yawn like that, when I go, I actually use it and try to sing notes and do the same exercise. So I'll be going like this, like, and then I feel like yawning, I'll go, like this, and really exaggerate that yawning and really use that opportunity to basically get the most out of the exercise. After a while, you'll stop yawning, but it's normal. It might happen. It happens to me all the time. So the next step actually involves notes. You're going to start counting and hold notes for as long as you can, basically. You can go to 5, 8, or whatever. You can start holding notes. So we're going to start with a C, for me at least. Fairly low for my range at least. And then we're going to hold notes. So like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go however long you want and try to get the most out of the breath that you took in. Once you've done that, you can move a half step up and keep going until you feel like you can't go anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. While I'm warming up, I try not to add any vibrato or anything fancy to my voice. So I'm not going 1, 2, 3. And the goal is not to sing as loud as possible. The goal is to sort of ease up to all the notes that you're going to sing and warm up. It's not a volume competition or anything like that. You want to warm up. You want to do it safely. So don't try to sing as loud as you can. Just try to sing at a comfortable volume that'll get you warmed up. I skipped a couple notes there. I'm at an F at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I went to an F because it's one of the first notes where I start to not struggle, but where I have to really get some extra work in to get the note out. I can sing an F comfortably, but a couple notes after that is really where I'm at the limit of my range. This is an A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The highest note I can usually sing is a high B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can definitely hear that I'm struggling there. I know that that high B is pretty much the highest note that I can sing. Once you've gone through your comfortable range up, what I like to do is go backwards and go all the way down to the lowest note that I can sing. So I've gone again through all the notes, and I'm at a G at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's really not a note that I can sing loudly. It's probably the lowest note on my range. The next thing I do is that I do walking up and down. This is taken directly from Christina's exercises. Basically, you're going to select a note you're comfortable with, go all the way to the 5th, and then all the way back down, like this. Ya. And then you're going to go half a step up. Ya. Again, you're going to want to go to the top of your range and then go all the way down, and you can do that fairly fast. If you give yourself sort of a tempo, it shouldn't take too long. For example, I won't show you me going all the way up to the upper range and then all the way down. At this point, you know what to do. You can do that yourself. Now let me show you other things that I'd like to do from that point. And at this point, to be honest, I'm starting to get quite warmed up. If you've gone through your range a couple times with the previous exercises, personally, I'm starting to get comfortable, but I don't stop there, and I don't recommend that you do either. So from that point, what I like doing is the same sort of up and downs, but adding arpeggios. Let me show you. Let's start from the same note, the same C. Ya. And then just keep going. Ya. You don't always have to sing ya. You can use me, mu, me, whatever feels right that day. You can add variety and really work on those different sounds with your mouth. I like using ya most of the time, but other times I like to switch it up. Ya. Ya. Once you're comfortable, you can go a little bit faster. Ya, 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 ya. Something that I do from this point is that I stop going so low in my range. So when I go back down, I sort of stop at a certain point because I know I'm not going to sing super low notes anyway. If I'm playing live with my band or anything like that, most of the notes I sing are in my speaking range and higher up. There's not going to be any super low notes like this. My next exercise involves singing scales. So once again, we're going to start from the same C, and then I sing a scale. I go from the C to the higher C and then go all the way down the scale. And so on. You don't have to do it in major. If you feel kind of emo that day, you can do it in minor if you want. This exercise is really great. It helps you sing an octave, something that you don't usually do in normal circumstances, at least not very often. You go da 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 da, and you sing the whole scale down. It will work your ear training, singing notes that are on pitch. It's a really great exercise at this point. One of the last steps I do in my warm-up routine is that I sing arpeggios. I learned that as a young kid in a choir, and the sounds that we made really helped you basically sing all the vowels. So the way I do it, I go mao, me, mui, mao, me, mui, ma. So it's ma, May, like the month of May, mu, like a cow, and May and ma. So think of your ma, think of the month of May, and mu like a cow. Mao, Mei, Mui. So it really helps you. If you exaggerate it, basically helps your muscles. So this is how I do it. Mao, Mei, Mui, Mao, Mei, Mui, Mao, Mei, Mui, Mao, Mei, Mui, Ma. Mao, Mei, Mui, Mao, Mei, Mui, Mao, Mei, Mui, Mao, Mei, Mui, Ma. Mao, Mei, Mui, Mao, Mei, Mui, Mao, Mei, Mui, Mao, Mei, Mui, Ma. And once again, I go all the way to the top of my range. Mao, Mei, Mui, Mao, Mei, Mui, Mao, Mei, Mui, Mao, Mei, Mui, Ma. Mao, Mei, Mui, Mao, Mei, Mui, Mao, Mei, Mui, Mao, Mei, Mui, Ma. That was a C right there, and you see that at the end, I just have to go to a falsetto or my head voice, whatever that was, because I know that I can't go all the way up. I'll damage my vocal folds. So usually I stop at the high B. Once I'm done going up, again, I go all the way down, pretty much back to that same C. Mao, Mei, Mui, Mao, Mei, Mui, Mao, Mei, Mui, Mao, Mei, Mui, Ma. And that's pretty much it for me, at least, for the traditional exercises. What I like to do at this point is sing what I'm about to sing live. So when I was in a band called Bad Captain, I knew that there was a song I sung that had high notes that I needed to hold, and I would like to sort of test my warm-up using that song. You walk away So that long note, that walk, where I said walk, you'll walk, that's an F sharp. It's fairly close to the high B that I have a hard time singing for a long time. So for me, it's important to sort of test my range, test what I'm actually about to sing live. And when we used to play with that band, that was our most popular song, which you just heard. So we would always play it at the end of the show. That's when you're tired, you had a couple beers, maybe a couple drinks, you're sort of completely spent, but you have to make sure that you're properly warmed up and that you can sing that song. If you can sing it at the start of your set, chances are if you've warmed up properly and you're singing correctly, you'll sing it by the end of your set. But Bad Captain broke up several years ago, and Horse Dog, my current band, has songs that require me to sing that long B. So nowadays I warm up to another song.
Are you trying, baby? Trying to put me in my grave. Riding out till the highway lights don't shine no more. Staring death in the face, pedal to the floor.
So when I sing trying, baby, that's that B. It's very bluesy. It's almost a B flat, but it's a good thing because I still have a problem with that high B. It's my limit, basically. And again, this is the last song that we sing in our set with Horse Dog as well. So I'm just as spent, just as tired, just as drunk, but I have to make sure that I'm able to sing those notes. So that's why I practice the songs that I'm actually going to play. That's the last step. To make sure that I'm properly warmed up, I make sure that I can sing the songs that I'm actually going to sing live. And that's what concludes my personal warm-up routine. Again, I don't recommend that you take exactly this routine and try to copy it, as it may not be right for you. This is the one that I created based off stuff I learned when I was a kid, based off of Christina's exercises, and also based on the stuff that I actually need to sing when I'm playing live. So you should definitely do the same thing if you're experienced, sort of pick and choose what you like. And if you're not experienced, well, get a teacher, get a vocal coach or something like that, and they will definitely show you the right routine. But that is all for this video. If you've enjoyed it, you can go ahead and leave a like. I really hope it's on this side. If you want to see more videos like this, I try to post every week videos on how to become a better musician based on my experience. You can go ahead and subscribe right here. Leave a comment if you liked it, if you have any feedback. What's your warm-up routine? I'd love to know. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I hope it's of any help, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.
My soul, then I will take my time to live.